across the amyloidosis center up to those to be applied on
In other words, so oftentimes
So Hank Paper is the person who originated Best Video. Next year will be the 40th anniversary. Been at like maybe like 2 or 3 different locations, all within like this area. He learned that video stores and other places in the country were becoming a really big thing. So his brother was like, "You really should think about doing this." And he had a career as a screenwriter, and then he had decided, "Hey, let me try to get in on this new craze." So he created it, and he did it with having 500 VHS that he could personally recommend to people. And then it grew from that. Well, Hank is still here, comes in about like maybe 3 to 4 times a week, and so we still keep his stickers are the only ones that like are still here. Like previous employees from like the 90s and early 2000s do have stickers. We're actually considering bringing it back for the newer staff now, but he still has like a few hundred stickers. So after he watches the movie he likes, he'll be like, "Can I grab my stickers?" And he'll put a new sticker on it. So we like to keep that up because if Hank like recommended it, then it's going to be a great film.
I knew a lot about films when I started working here in my, in my 30s, but actually talking to people and trying to sort of figure out when people come in and they're looking for a type of movie or just a recommendation, it's kind of a dying art form, and I'm glad that we keep that alive here at Best Video. Just talking with people like what kind of movies do you like? You want a scary movie? What do you consider a scary movie? What do you consider a funny movie? Because it's all subjective, and trying to sort of talk them through it. It's kind of psychological in a lot of ways, sort of like a stage magician trying to sort of, create magic. When I moved to New Haven in my late teens, I started hearing about this place, Best Video, that was famed for its collection. This would have been in the late 90s. This place seemed right for me. I kept kind of coming in and asking them for a job, and I started working here in 2010, and there were still at least some video stores around, but a lot had already closed. It sort of felt like there was a line drawn in the sand. I didn't want Best Video to go the way of Tommy K's and all the other mom and pop stores. I felt like it was really important that New Haven should have, the New Haven area should have this incredible resource. I felt like I wanted to be a part of the solution.
I'm taken aback at how like supportive the community is of this place and how like they really stand up for this place and how they really like come through for us. We just had our best festival last month. It was our first physical media festival, and I was like very like that. I put it together kind of with like one other person alone. We were really concerned. It was the first time doing it. No one was going to show out, and like over 100 people came, and everyone had a great time. And it just was like I just get proven time and time again that like this community wants this to be here. And that like they will back that up with they don't just say they want us to be here, but they actually show up for us.
I think it's really important that we continue to hammer home the importance of physical media to people. I hear all the time about movies, things that kind of have been on streaming services for months, years, and then just suddenly disappear. Or sometimes there's literally no way to even watch something after it's been removed, which to me is horrifying. Any of these DVDs here on the shelf, I mean, sure, they're subject to the ravages of time. They'll break, but we can always replace them. But a streaming service that just suddenly removes content, I mean, there's just nothing you can do about that. You're helpless.
Streaming just became a thing you couldn't ignore. And in the beginning they were like, we'll be fine, we'll kind of weather the storm, but it really became a thing of like people just aren't coming in to rent as much as they used to. Like it like surprises me when I talk to people who've worked here from before we became a nonprofit, and they're like, yeah, there were Friday nights where like we made this amount of money, or we had this amount of people, and I'm like, I can't even imagine working at a video store at its height when it was super busy. So when they started noticing that change, a lot of the community was like, you guys should really think about becoming a nonprofit. So they got a petition going, and they started filing all the paperwork. And And so they made that transfer to become a nonprofit. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary of being a nonprofit this month. And with that, it was like, well, how can we use this archive as a way to educate, as a way to bring people together? They have a coffee shop. So it was really just a way of like, how can we make this more than just a place to come rent videos? Long-term goals are definitely just letting more people know that we exist, more people know that we're here. We would love to be a place that, like, when people do travel to Connecticut, that they come here. There aren't many of us around anymore. I think there's about like maybe 30-something in the country. So we really want to become a place where people know, like, you know, we have an amazing archive of over 42,000 titles of amazing films that you really can't find anywhere else. So that's the plan. Our goals really are just not so much expansion of like having like multiple best videos around, but just really becoming like a hub for, you know, just great cinema.
We can't let this place go. It's very simple for me. It's just, if it's not here, then this whole area just loses terribly. And I think everyone understands that. We've really been embraced by the community. I think most people realize that this place is a treasure, which it is.